Good morning, everyone. Great to see you today. My name is Pastor Mag. I go by Pastor Neil as well, and I'm one of the pastors at Crossroads Church. So happy you joined me today for Refill. Today we are in Psalm chapter 9, and we're going to go ahead and read this right away, and then take a look a little bit on how it applies to us and just dig in just a touch. So let's read. The psalmist starts here in verse 1. I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will recount of your wonderful deeds. I will be glad and exult in you. I will sing praise to your name, O Most High. When my enemies turn back, they stumble and perish before your presence. For you have maintained my just cause. You have sat on the throne, giving righteous judgment. You have rebuked the nations. You have made the wicked perish. You have blotted out their name forever and ever. The enemy has come to an end in everlasting ruins. Their cities you rooted out. The very memory of them has perished. But the Lord sits enthroned forever. He has established his throne for justice. He judges the world with righteousness. He judges the people with uprightness. The Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. And those who know your name put their trust in you. For you, O Lord, have not forsaken those who seek you. Sing praises to the Lord, who sits enthroned in Zion. Tell among the peoples his deeds, for who avenges the blood is mindful of them. He does not forget the cry of the afflicted. Be gracious to me, O Lord. See my affliction from those who hate me. O you who lift me up from the gates of death, that I may recount your praises, that in the gates of the daughter of Zion I may rejoice in your salvation. The nations have sunk in the pit that they have made. In the net they have hid, their own foot has been caught. The Lord has made himself known. He has executed judgment. The wicked are snared in the work of their hands. The wicked shall return to Sheol in the nations that forget God. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The hope of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the nations be judged before you. Put them in fear, O Lord. Let the nations know that they are but men. Now here's some really cool things here. There's a dichotomy going on here in the difference between God and man. God is eternal. He has all authority. He has the definition of truth, truth being that which is reality as God sees it. But man is that usurper. He's the one that's come along and said, no, I will define truth. I will have my truth. I will say it how I see it. I will have the power as I want it. And so you see this dichotomy between God, the eternal judge, and man, not eternal at all. And there is this going about where you have God rebuking the nation, saying, if you're not going to follow my truth and my way, then you will be dissolved. You will be removed. And the Lord sits enthroned forever. Now that is amazing. God is eternal, and his judgment goes on. And that is scary. God judging things from a perfect point of view. We know we're not perfect. We know we don't have it together. And yet the psalmist says there in verse 9, the Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name put their trust in you. For you, O Lord, have not forsaken those who seek you. You know, it's not one of those things that in fear we shirk away from God and say, oh, I can't accomplish this. I can't do it right. And so we shirk away and don't want to be with God. Instead, we run to God and say, look, I can't do this right, but you are just, you are righteous, you are great. And so what's our response to that? Well, first we go to God instead of away. The second thing we do is we tell people. There in verse 11 it says, sing praises to the Lord, tell among the peoples his deeds. We need to tell others what God's been doing. It's a source of worship when we tell God what we've seen, what we've heard, what we've experienced to other people. We want other people to know God, that they too can run to God as that stronghold. And finally, we go back to the very first verses where the psalmist is singing praises to God. He says, I give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I recount of all your wonderful deeds. I will be glad and exult in you. I will sing praises to your name, Most High. That's what we want to look at here, okay? God is in charge. He's in charge of everything. What he says goes, and he is righteous in doing so. We don't measure up. In fact, we usurp his authority. And yet, when we run to him, he is our strong tower. He is the one that protects us rather than ourselves, because we can't do it at all. And finally, we tell others and we praise God for who He is rather than who we want Him to be. Hey, thank you so much for joining me for this refill. We are doing this on a regular basis, and we'd love for you to join us in the mornings. If you have found this encouraging, we encourage you to hit that thumbs up button or share it around so others can get encouraged by this. And we meet every Sunday on YouTube or in person in Custer, South Dakota at Crossroads Church at 1010. We'll see you later and have a great day.